Hello everyone, welcome to CBS Institute. In this video, we shall be going to discuss these 5 important current affairs. Okay, I will explain one by one, but please make sure that you prepare your own notes out of the information provided here. Okay, I will explain one by one. First one, National Authority for Ship Recycling. Okay, see, before we are going into the details of National Authority for Ship Recycling, now see, Ministry of Shipping, Ministry of Shipping. Whenever you come across any ministry, you must know the minister of that particular ministry. Okay, so Ministry of Shipping, the minister is Manshukh L. Mandavia. Manshukh L. Mandavia. So he is the minister. Okay, actually Minister of State Independent Charge. Okay, so Minister for Ministry of Shipping is Manshukh L. Mandavia. Okay, under Ministry of Shipping, an attached office works, that is Directorate General of Shipping. Directorate General of Shipping. Okay, so this is an attached office, works under Ministry of Shipping. Okay, see, ship. Okay, now just divert the matter. Okay, there are ships. After lifetime of ships is exhausted, the ships will go for recycling. Okay, after the lifetime of ships is exhausted, the ships will go for recycling. Okay, so there will be separate places for separate companies for ship recycling. Okay, so there are separate companies, and these companies will follow their own rules for recycling of ships. Okay, now the government wants to set up an authority which will take care of all the recycling process. Okay, which means this authority will monitor all the recycling related activities. Okay, see, this authority, okay, now Ministry of Shipping, okay, or the government of India, okay, has to set up an authority, okay, which will take care of all the needs of recycling activities. Okay, so while recycling, we have to make sure that recycling process does not cause any damage to environment. Okay, it must be eco-friendly. Okay, see, now Government of India means Ministry of Shipping has selected Directorate General of Shipping. Okay, Directorate General of Shipping as the National Authority for Ship Recycling, which means National Authority for Ship Recycling is now Directorate General of Shipping. Okay, now Directorate General of Shipping will form rules, okay, will form norms for recycling ships in India. Okay, see, Directorate General of Shipping will act as National Authority for Ship Recycling. Okay, now National Authority for Ship Recycling is, can be a question. Okay, so Directorate General of Shipping will act as the National Authority for Ship Recycling. Okay, so Government of India has selected Directorate General of Shipping as National Authority for Ship Recycling. Okay, so Directorate General of Shipping will form rules for recycling. Okay, so Directorate General of Shipping will also form another office. Okay, will also form another office. This office will monitor all the recycling related activities. Okay, but please do not confuse here. Directorate General of Shipping will act as the National Authority for Ship Recycling, but another office will be set up under it. Okay, see, this office will monitor all the related activities, recycling related activities. A separate office will also be set up at Gandhinagar. At Gandhinagar, where is Gandhinagar? It is in Gujarat. Okay, Gandhinagar in Gujarat. So questions will be, which of the following organizations, by giving the options, which of the following organizations has been selected by the Ministry of Shipping as the national authority for ship recycling? Okay, so higher authority is Directorate General of Shipping. Okay, otherwise a separate office, national authority for ship recycling, will be set up in which of the following cities? Can also be a question in our exam. Okay, so that is, it will be set up at Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Okay, so please know the ministers of all the ministries. We can expect one question, okay, associated with ministry and minister. Okay, so this is all about national authority for ship recycling. Okay, so when ship is recycled, okay, when a ship is recycled, nothing goes waste. Okay, all the equipments, okay, all the equipments removed after recycling will be used in other industries also. Okay, for example, iron rods removed from ships will be used in construction activities, construction industry. Okay, after recycling, okay, they will be reused, okay, in different industries. Okay, so after ship recycling, nothing goes waste actually. Okay, so this is all about national authority for ship recycling. Next one, India's contribution, India's $1 million contribution, $1 million contribution to UNRWA. See here, $1 million, approximately 7.23 crore Indian rupees. Okay, 7.3 crore Indian rupees. $1 million equals to. Okay, see, India had made a contribution of 7.3 crore, $1 million US, okay, to UNRWA. Whenever you come across any contribution that India makes, okay, we have to concentrate on it. How much contribution has India made towards, okay, something can be a question in our exam. So amount will be important from our examination point of view. Okay, see, United Nations Relief Works Agency. Okay, United Nations Relief Works Agency. This is for Palestine. Okay, Palestine refugees. Palestine refugees. Okay, see, there was a war in Palestine, Israel. Okay, so the people in the year 1946-1947, okay, after the war, the people fled to other countries. Okay, so they fled to other countries. Okay, so they had settled in isolated locations. Okay, so they had settled in isolated locations. So all these people were staying in isolated locations. Okay, these actually refugee camps. They have no citizenship of any other country. Okay, so in order to protect their rights, in order to protect them, United Nations organization had set up United Nations Relief Works Agency for Palestine refugees. Okay, so this agency will take care of all the needs of all these persons, refugees. Okay, so this agency will depend upon contributions made by different countries. Okay, so for this agency, India has made $1 million US. Okay, $1 million US to UNRWA, United Nations Relief Works Agency. This is for Palestine refugees. Okay, in May 2020, India had made $2 million US, $2 2 million US dollars to UNRWA. Okay, so entire amount will become 3 million US dollars. Okay, so far how many dollars have been contributed by India? Okay, this is 3 million dollars. Okay, so earlier India had committed to contribute 10 million. Okay, this is overall commitment. Okay, 10 million US dollars, 10 million US dollars, okay, for UNRWA. So this will be made in 2 years. This will be made in 2 years. Already 3 million dollars has been contributed. Next to 7 million will be done next. Okay, so remaining 7 million dollar will be done in gradual manner. Okay, so 10 million US dollars entirely. There can be a question, how much amount will India contribute as its commitment? India contribute in next 2 years to UNRWA. Okay, this is 10 million US dollars. In May 2020, 2 million dollars contributed, and recently, okay, just 2 to 3 days back, okay, 1 million dollar has been contributed. So United Nations Relief Works Agency. Okay, so this is important. Overall 3 million US dollars so far. Okay, entirely commitment is 10 million US dollars in the next 2 years. Okay, next one, Carton's Capital's Passport Index. Okay, so again this is index. What you will have to remember, the first country and India's rank. First country here means first rank country. Okay, see, Carton's Capital, a Canadian based company. This is not important, but remember it. Okay, Carton's Capital, a Canadian based company, okay, has released Passport Index 2020. So entirely collectively it is called Carton Capital's Passport Index. Okay, see, for example, country A. Okay, country A, there are country 1, 2, 3. Okay, see, a person of this particular country, now he has, if he wants to visit these countries, he should have passport. He should have passport, and also visa should be granted by these countries. Then only this person can visit these countries. Okay, passport and visa. Okay, see, for example, he has passport. Okay, he has passport. Now these 3 countries are allowing citizens of this particular country, okay, without any visa. For example, visa free. Okay, visa free. These 3 countries are allowing citizens of this particular country A without any visa or visa on arrival. Okay, so when this particular person lands in this particular country, okay, that particular country will grant visa then. Okay, so for example, another country B is there. Okay, he is the citizen of country B. Okay, no country in the world is allowing citizens of this country, okay, to visit these countries. Okay, which means passport of this country A is more powerful than the passport of the country B. Okay, means passport holder of this particular country can visit maximum destinations, maximum other countries. Okay, so this is more powerful. Okay, this is not powerful. Okay, so like that, passport index has been released. Okay, passport index has been released by Carton Capital's Passport Index. See, if the questions were to be asked in our exam, what is India's rank in Carton Capital Passport Index 2020? Okay, so India's rank becomes important, and also the country which got first rank in any index. Okay, see, 75 countries were considered out of Okay, 75 countries, India's rank is important. Okay, so total 75 countries were considered in the index. Okay, here New Zealand, okay, New Zealand got first rank. New Zealand got first rank. See, citizens of the country New Zealand can visit 129 destinations. 129 destinations. Here 129 destinations means 129 other countries. Okay, citizens of the country New Zealand can visit other countries either visa free or visa on arrival. Okay, visa on arrival. So in New Zealand's rank is first. So if the question is to be asked in our exam, passport index, Carlton Capital's passport index has been topped by which country? Country is New Zealand. Out of first country out of 75 countries. Okay, India's rank is 58th. India's rank is 58th rank. Okay, see, citizens of the country India can visit 12 countries without any visa as of now. Okay, 38 countries. 38 countries. Okay, 38 countries we on visa on arrival. Visa on arrival. So 52 countries can be visited by Indian nationals. Okay, so 58th rank, 52 destinations. 52 destinations. Destinations means countries. Okay, so without any visa, okay, for example Bhutan, Nepal, they allow our citizens without any visa. Okay, some countries are allowing, okay, citizens on visa on arrival. Okay, so 58th rank is India's rank. Okay, first is New Zealand. Okay, what is the capital city of the country New Zealand? New Zealand capital city is Wellington. Okay, Wellington is the capital city of New Zealand. What is the currency? New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar. Whenever a country comes into news, you must know capital city and currency. Okay, see, last country, 75th country, okay, but not that much important, is Afghanistan. Okay, Afghanistan is 75th place. Okay, 75th place. Kabul is the capital city. Afghani is currency. Okay, Kabul capital city, Afghani is currency. Okay, so this is all about Carlton Capital's passport index. In the question it will be mentioned clearly, according to Carlton Capital's passport index 2020, India's rank is, okay, this is 58th rank. 52 destinations, 52 countries can be visited on visa, without any visa, or visa on arrival. 12 countries visa free, visa on arrival 38 countries. Okay, this is all about passport index, Carlton Capital's passport index. Next one, new MD and CEO of IPPB. IPPB stands for India Post Payments Bank. India Post Payments Bank, headquartered at New Delhi. Okay, so this is Payments Bank. Okay, Payments Bank works under government sector, that is India Post. India Post Payments Bank. Okay, see, J. Venkatramu has been appointed as new MD, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of India Post Payments Bank. Okay, for 3 years. For 3 years. Okay, so he succeeds after the retirement of Suresh Sethi. Suresh Sethi. Okay, so earlier MD and CEO of IPPB was Suresh Sethi. After his retirement, okay, in Suresh Sethi's place, J. Venkatramu has been appointed. So this can be asked in our exam. Okay, it is associated with appointments. Okay, appointments, resignations, okay, are very important. At least one question we can expect in our exam. Okay, so question will be J. Venkatramu has been appointed as MD and CEO of which of the following banks? Okay, that is India Post Payments Bank. Otherwise, it is given in the question itself. J. Venkatramu has been appointed as MD and CEO of IPPB. For how many years will be our question? For how many years? This is 3 years. Okay, otherwise, who among the following has been appointed as the MD and CEO of IPPB? Can be a question. J. Venkatramu. Okay, he succeeds Suresh Sethi. Okay, Suresh Sethi, after the retirement of Suresh Sethi, J. Venkatramu has been appointed. Actually, before this appointment, he was with Equitas Small Finance Bank, headquartered at Chennai. Equitas Small Finance Bank. Okay, so Equitas, he was working with Equitas Small Finance Bank. Now he has been appointed as MD and CEO of India Post Payments Bank. Okay, see, payments banks and small finance banks are new types of banks. Okay, we will make separate videos on payments banks and small finance banks also. Okay, so these types of banks are important from main examination point of view and especially from interview point of view. Okay, there can be a question, what is payments bank, what is small finance bank, what are the differences between payments bank and small finance bank. Okay, we can face these types of questions at the time of interview. Okay, so Venkatramu is the new MD and CEO of India Post Payments Bank. And last one, World Mental Health Day. Okay, World Mental Health Day is observed on October 10th. 10th October every year. Okay, 10th October every year. Okay, so mental health for all, greater investment, greater access, greater access. This is the theme of World Mental Health Day, October 10th. Okay, October 10th is World Mental Health Day. Okay, so World Mental Health Day is observed on, can be a question. Okay, so mental health has been in news, okay, very frequently, especially since the coronavirus has emerged. Okay, so several people have gone into the depression. Okay, so World Mental Health Day is October 10th. So mental health for all, greater investment to greater access. This is the theme of World Mental Health Day 2020. Okay, so this assumed significance after the emergence of coronavirus. Okay, because several people are said to be into the depression. Okay, this is all about World Mental Health Day. Okay, thank you.